Please welcome the Vice President of Innovation for the Walt Disney Company, David Min.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm really excited to welcome you to our 2025 Disney Accelerator Demo Day. This is a great event, and this is the 11th year, yes, 11 years we've done this program. As we have done from the start, we continue to bring in new ideas, new people, and new innovation to our company. Now, what's important to note is the program has evolved over the years, from early stage startups to now growth stage and even multi-billion-dollar unicorns, some of whom we've actually made, working together with us to bring new experiences to market. And this year, most importantly, we had over 200 leaders across the company participate in the program to discuss potential collaborations and participation with all the companies that are participants in the program. And it's with that participation of those executives that make this program a success. So let's hear it for those executives. Many of them here are here. And I'm sure as many of you are aware, the media and entertainment industry is entering into a new era. With new technologies, new consumption patterns by consumers, it makes it even more important for our businesses to always be looking ahead. And as you will see in the video shortly, our leaders continue to embrace these new technologies just as Walt and Roy did when they started the company, with a creator-first approach to these technologies to create new magical storytelling experiences. So without further ado, let's start with the show.
Okay, pals, here we go.
The Walt Disney Company is beginning its second century of creating timeless stories and characters. The way audiences first met the mouse himself was in a short film in a movie theater. And the work done in these buildings around me set the stage for an evolution that began with the first feature-length animated film all the way to the many ways fans can now enjoy Disney content right in the palm of their hand. Our first two companies will share how they complement Disney's ability to make incredible stories with the fast-evolving need fans have to be endlessly entertained. Here to share more are Animaj and DramaBox.
I'm Eric Schreier. I'm president of Disney Television Studios and Global Original Television Strategy. Storytelling is at the core of what we do, and supporting creative people is what gets me out of bed every day. We're always looking at how technology can help our creative partners in realizing their vision. Animaj is a really innovative company using data and technology to further the animated storytelling, especially in the kids area.
Animaj is a next-generation kids media company that builds the global franchises of the new generation with a very different approach, data-driven, AI-powered, and digital-first in terms of distribution. We are a huge believer that AI shouldn't and will not replace the creative artist, but will empower them. So you have human in the loop at the beginning, and then we have human in the loop at the end of the process so that we can respect the vision of what the director wanted to get on screen.
One of the challenges with traditional animation is that it's a very long process. What Animaj has done is that figured out how to expedite the animation process at a much faster pace.
I have 4 kids under 7. When I created Animaj, I realized they don't consume content in the same way as we did. They are swiping, tapping, scrolling from YouTube to Roblox and from Spotify to Disney+. It's becoming a new world, right? They are looking for being constantly engaged and connected with the brands they love, which means you need to have a very nimble and a very scalable way of producing content because you need to understand the trend. And the trends are coming in very quickly. The trend like 3 years ago are not the same as of today. You need to understand what resonates, and that's where the data part is so important.
We make pilots, and it takes us, years to make a pilot for an animated show. Animaj provides a tool to do that in a much faster way. And I think speed is what really can help us with our storytelling and supporting our creative partners.
I'm Tanya Agurto, Senior Vice President for Disney Publishing. Working with Animaj could reduce our speed to market time from years to merely months. and could also allow us to meet audiences where they are, looking at content on their phones and expecting that that content be updated and refreshed on a daily basis.
You cannot wait for months between two seasons. You cannot wait for years between two movies. You need to be constantly and daily engaging with them. And that's where the AI part is so important, because you need to produce much faster. You need to start on YouTube, but you need to be on all the different platforms by releasing a very comprehensive content strategy where every piece of content is interconnected with the others.
My hope with Animaj is that it could help improve the process of making stories and shows that reach audiences even more effectively. We've had a tremendous amount of success, but it's hard to launch new ideas. If we could figure out a way to experiment and test the ideas in an expedited fashion, it's going to be a game changer for us.
Consumer habits are changing. People are no longer spending as much time in their living rooms watching a television for a half hour or an hour. They're consuming content on the go, waiting online at the store, waiting for the bus or the train, and they are able to do that through short-form storytelling in a way that we just can't deliver when we're looking at longer-form content.
In vertical short drama, the emotions, the storylines, the plots, and even the characters are really dialed up a couple notches than so-called regular TV and film.
Do you know the cost of crossing me?
I don't care. Don't touch my friends. So it's a mobile-first driven content. It's supposed to instantly make you feel something.
Very snackable and sticky and bingeable and rewatchable content.
You can just watch it on the go in a non-committal way, tied to, the rise of social media, TikTok, Instagram, Reels, where you just scroll vertically. It gives the people what they want to see, but you are still very much entertained by what's going on your phone screen.
As a filmmaker, I have to basically unlearn what I learned before, as a screenwriter especially. We use a lot of VOs. We also use a lot of inner monologue, and we also do try not to make it so mysterious. They just want to enjoy a story that with heightened drama, with that interpersonal connection dialed up to the extreme.
Short form is an incredible way to leverage the endless source of storytelling that we have within Disney Publishing. It takes several years to develop and launch an original property through books. However, on average, it takes DramaBox about 4 months to produce a new series. This massively improves our speed to market.
We have over 200 million downloads globally, and 40% of our market is actually in North America.
Short-form vertical video is not what we have traditionally done, and so how do we evolve and figure out how to tell those stories? Companies like DramaBox help us to do that.
In 2 years, have already amassed 7 million daily active users and 50 million monthly active users. And that's just the beginning.
Some folks like to say that it all started with a dream.
70 years ago, Walt brought together brilliant creative minds to chisel snowy mountains, help us imagine our future cities, and fly us straight to outer space, all from the humble fields of an orange grove in Southern California. Disneyland truly was a new concept in entertainment, and that big idea continues to evolve to delight the young at heart across the globe. Disney's Imagineering teams turn dreams to reality through innovative storytelling and world building in our parks. This year, they are doing some of that dreaming alongside 2 companies who can help them make that magic even faster, Haddy and Liminal Space.
Walt Disney Imagineering is part design studio, development company, and innovation lab. We tend to be the tip of the spear when it comes to emerging technologies. from artificial intelligence to robotics to drones to interesting new ways that we can optimize the operations of our theme parks, our cruise ships. And we're not just creating technology for technology's sake. We're doing it to help our creative teams bring the stories from the company to life in the most compelling and exciting ways possible.
Haddy is a 3D printing world builder. We print things, and when we look at what those are, it's sort of everything you see around you. Things that are sort of as big as a shoebox, all the way up to things that are the size of a bus. When you think about 3D printing, there are lots of ways to start. You can start with steel, you can start with liquids. We start with polymer composites that are generally in granulated form. So they come out as like little pellets, and then we melt them down and we put them precisely in the places where we need them to be.
Haddy came in, it was the perfect unlock for how we've been thinking about mass production and speed to market for sometimes very complicated show set pieces or aspects of our attractions.
What Haddy does so well is we take digital instructions that came from a human and we turn them straight into an object. That is very efficient, very repeatable, very accurate, and allows you to move very quickly in iterations.
Haddy's taken building blocks of things that we've seen out in the world, whether it's 3D printing, whether it's some of their AI capabilities, whether it's the speed to market, or even the fact that they've thought through the aspects that make theme park design unique, and they've combined it all into one. And so for us, it's the perfect recipe of success for how we can take something that was very labor intensive and put it into a process that not only gains efficiencies of speed and cost, but also lets our designers iterate, and it allows us to play in a way that we didn't have the same opportunity before.
When we started with the throne, which was a big thing, we really were thinking like, what a great way to maintain and sustain something so that it's always fresh.
What's great about Haddy is it has so many use cases across so many of the things that we as designers get to bring to life. It could be a monster door straight from Monstropolis. It could be as practical as a piece of show set for an entertainment offering, like the King Louis platform that they've built for our entertainment partners. Or we're trying to develop rockwork for our parks. It could also be a piece of furniture that we put in thousands of hotel rooms at Walt Disney World.
Our ability to work with the rest of the company allows us to help put into perspective how creative teams across the organization can use those technologies to benefit their businesses and to solve their problems.
One thing we think about too as designers is how are we building for a sustainable future? And the fact that Haddy is thinking that way from the get-go has been a real benefit to all of us. Whether it's our studios teams, whether it's our experiences, to bring in collaborators to think with us and dream with us always yields results that exceed, I think, where we believed it could even go.
The amount of investment that's going into parks and cruise ships over the next 10 years, the opportunities are endless for Haddy.
So Liminal actually started in a literal garage in concert experiences. So we were in the music space, building prototypes that we could test off of large audiences in real time and getting immediate feedback on, is this good, is this bad? And since then, we've just been growing, and now we're in the space of attractions and designing really exciting, awe-inspiring, magic-inducing moments for theme parks and beyond. Currently, when you're in a VR, AR experience, it tends to be a bit of a solo, isolating experience where you can't see your friends and family and like look at them and say, can you believe what I'm seeing? Or grab their hands. The fun thing about our technology is we can give you that same level of immersion and awe, but you can now see your friends and family, hold hands, and do it all for 1, 2 to 10,000 people at the same time. We're able to build on top of a very robust LED technology, and when you add our liminal optics experience to that technology stack, we're now opening up opportunities for audiences to get a sense of what the future is going to be like, where the world is augmented by digital enhancements all around you.
My role at Imagineering is really one of shepherding creative ideas and projects from inception all the way through construction. This technology is one that you have to see in person. I brought creative directors, I brought concept designers. I started calling people in Florida. I wanted to grab everyone who might see this as a potential application in something they might be designing, either in the future or as a refresh to something that already exists. This is just, we've turned the page, new chapter, really, really exciting.
We want to give our guests more immersive experiences and not feel like they're getting tunnel vision. Because the circular performs so well with this bright an image, and because the filter gives you an unfettered view when you move your eyes back and forth, it would be a big win, I think, in our guest quality formula.
There's a lot of things that are exciting about liminal space. I think if we start out with just the quality of the visuals, it is bright, it is crisp. I'm seeing details in this footage that I've never seen before. There are pieces of this that, again, people painstakingly rendered these scenes. And if that's happened, I want you to see every detail. I want the contrast to be top notch. I want you to feel like it's real.
ILM's history is really working with the screen. We're used to going to the movies, but we've also done a lot of work on experiences at music events, music venues, location-based entertainment, and theatrical events at the park. And so all these different screens create these low-friction, wonderful ways to expand the world that you're already in. Having a modular display like that is essential to creating these locations that feel seamless, feel magical, feel wonderful, and are just full of surprises.
The pop-out 3D effect that we're able to achieve is much stronger than what people are used to ever seeing.
We know there's so much we could do that we still haven't done and that audiences have never seen, but we're also extremely excited about the other opportunities at Disney. There's so many opportunities we can't wait to explore.
ILM and Disney are all about making the fantasy feel real. As we build to more dynamic characters, to characters that can be responsive and interactive and have memory and can guide us and be those best scene partners, that everything that we do feels like it's part of that immersive world.
Liminal is a great example of a company that was thinking about 3D presentation in a totally unique and mind-bending way. And in a time where we're continuing to try to defy what the guest would expect from a theme park or an attraction, it's just amazing to see what folks are doing and how they're pushing their technological boundaries, and then married with the right storytelling. That's Disney magic.
One of the unique aspects of my role is I interact with a lot of people around the company. And one of the things that brings us together is the Accelerator program, where we can collaborate together.
The force of the Accelerator and then the force of Disney Imagineering coming together has just made it work much more smoothly.
Being able to collaborate with Disney is a great way to go to the next level.
Being a part of the Disney Accelerator, it's been an incredibly powerful experience for all of us. The amount of access we've had to talk with these brilliant engineers and artists, every part of the company, it's been amazing.
For Disney to learn more about how we operate and for us to learn about how Disney developed their IPs, these communications have been very enriching for both of us.
I think the opportunities that come from the Accelerator, we're learning how to tell these new stories together.
Hi, I'm Hugh Johnston, Chief Financial Officer at the Walt Disney Company. As I stand here on the Walt Disney Studio lot, I'm reminded of the many people it takes to turn a dream into reality. It started with a partnership between Walt and Roy, a balance between unbridled creativity on the one side, and on the other, the practical knowledge to get the necessary support in a linear world. They supported each other, and in that endeavor, their legacy continues on as this company brings together creatives, business leaders, visionaries, all to share in the collective effort to make stories and experiences that last and inspire the best in all of us. That is what innovation is all about, charting bold paths by bringing fresh perspectives to our goals. And that spirit is on full display year after year in the work of the Disney Accelerator, where entrepreneurs and legendary storytellers come together to share in an optimism for what is possible, to be open to each other's strengths, to create new marvels for generations of Disney fans and guests. As Roy said, it is strictly a team effort now. And I would like to extend my gratitude to the Disney Accelerator founders and hundreds of Disney executives across the company who have come together over the past 4 months to pursue innovative collaborations that will continue that legacy of pioneering a bright, creative future. Now I'd like to introduce Bonnie Rosen, General Manager of the Disney Accelerator.
It is impossible not to feel moved by the work that happens in this program. Innovation happens every day at Disney. This company lives and breathes creativity. We just don't talk about it until it looks inevitable, and then someone calls it Disney magic. This program is one of the few ways that we get to share with the world how bold our leaders truly are and how Disney innovation really takes place in the labs, in the studios, in the brainstorms. This is before we call it magic, but I promise that what happens in this program is magic nonetheless. This year's cohort stepped right into that current as they imagined bold ideas for the next century of Disney storytelling with our creatives. Our 4 participants represent the original 2 ways that Disney made its way into the hearts and minds of Disney audiences around the world, through stories that we can see on our screens and worlds that we can step into in our parks. And I hope that you will continue watching these 4 companies, in addition to all of our Accelerator participants from the past, many of who are here today, as that future is fully realized over time. I want to thank our incredible chairman and every single one of your incredible leaders and teams for pioneering bold choices that continue to bring joy to Disney fans every day. Many of those teams are here with us today, everyone from ILM to Disneyland Operations, Walt Disney Imagineering, Marvel, Disney Publishing, 20th Animation, FX, ESPN, Disney Music Group. The list just goes on, and you're all here because we celebrate you just right back for being a part of this program. And then to the founders themselves, I think you know that words do no justice to the feelings that I have for all of you, and I just thank you for trusting me to be a partner with you in this process. And to your investors and board members and teammates who are here supporting you, I thank you for being the wind in the sails of the founders that come into this program to keep them going, to keep them fully charged so that they can bring their best into what we do every day. I also want to extend a very special thank you to David Min, who has kept this program going and alive over the years so that we could evolve it to where it has come to today. Before we wrap up, I have just a few little logistics. I know that we're all excited to see each other. What generally happens at this event is we get stuck outside of the main theater. So I want you to talk, but I want to encourage you to also walk and talk as you follow Mickey's footsteps along the path. So Mickey was our host today. He's going to make sure that you see every single demo that we have showcased for you today, and they're really special, so I don't want you to miss any of it. Animaj is going to have a live artist with us that's going to showcase how that technology empowers their creative process. DramaBox, they're going to tell you about how they make their shows, but also they might tell you about their latest bingeable shows that you're going to have to download right away and start getting started on. I know some of our teammates are already watching and already excited about those new drops. Haddy, you're already experiencing in this theater, if you didn't already know, these light fixtures were put in just for you, just for the day today, in addition to the Mickeys that are in the back. That goes to what Michael Hungen was talking about, which is that ability to play, that ability to build something quickly and see something that is very special. And they have many more objects that are out on the path to showcase that they've been building alongside our incredible Imagineering team. So we would love for you to see all of those. And then at the end of the path is Liminal Space inside of stage 1. So that's a very special collaboration with Walt Disney Imagineering and Industrial Light and Magic. It's something that I can't do justice to on our displays. We have to get you over to their displays to see how special it is to see Disney storytelling married with that incredible display technology. So definitely make your way to see that. And then we're also joined by 2 past Accelerator participants, 11 Labs and Kahoot, who are continuing to build with our teams and doing brilliant things and want to hear all of your new ideas so that they're continuing to build extraordinary things for our Disney fans. I am honestly in awe every year as I look at what happens within this company as it is, and then inside of this program. You, the people that are in this room, the people that are watching from afar who are joining us remotely, you are what makes this work so, so special. And it is the honor of my life
to shine a light on each of you. I am so deeply appreciative of you bringing your best to everything that we do. And I thank you for being a part of the 2025 Disney Accelerator Demo Day. Thank you all. Enjoy and go see some special things out there.